I am Dr. Mahammad Rafi, Associate Professor, Department of Cyber Security at Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. Today, I want to discuss about computer network subject, in which the topic is Internet Control Protocol. The outcome of the Internet Control of the Protocol. That means now, this Internet the Control Protocol, which is the controlling the whatever the services now we are providing over this Internet, all the services can be controlled and managed. Here, which enhancing the network management by enabling the efficient troubleshooting over the Internet. And also, the outcome is reporting the errors. This Internet the control protocol now, which is reporting the errors and controlling the services, whatever the services now we are going to providing over the Internet, all the services can be controlled with help of the ICP protocol, that is the Internet Control Protocol. This Internet the control protocol now, which is improving the multicast the communications. Multicast the communications, so that means here many devices to many other devices, many to many communication can be provided with help of this Internet the control protocol. So which this Internet the control protocol now, which is addresses the some resolutions, and this Internet the control protocol which is handling the network the congestions over the network, whatever these signals, no whatever the data we are going to transmitting over this the Internet, all the congestions, congestions can be handled over the network. Additionally, this Internet the control protocol now, which contributes to the network the security now, which is providing the more the security to the data, whatever the data we are going to transferring over this the Internet. So that further the data which is providing the security, high security can be provided to the network by adding in this the monitoring and detecting the potential other issues. That is the outcome of the Internet the control the protocol. See, introduction to the Internet the control the protocol. Generally, in a computer the networks, these Internet the control protocols can be used for managing and controlling the network operations. Whatever the operations, that is the sending operations or receiving operations or any the manipulations operations, insertion operation, deletion operations. So any network related the operations can be controlled with help of the Internet the control the protocol. Now, this Internet the control protocol now, which is ensuring the reliable transmissions. That means now reliability the transmission means whatever the data we are going to sending, the exact without losses now, the exact data can be sent to the receiver, and facilitating the communication between the network the devices, between the two different network devices now, which is here, which is the facilitating the communication. That means providing the communication facility between the network the devices, two different network devices now, which this network Internet the control protocol now, which is providing the communication facility. By providing this communication the facility, effectively we can transferring the data or information from one device to the another other device. These are the protocols. The Internet the control protocols mainly at the network layer. Now we are utilizing at the network layer. So in a ISO reference model, and at a transport layer, these two layers now, network layer and transport layer, these Internet the control protocols can be utilized for providing the other services in OSI reference model. So over this communication media, over this the Internet now, some of the common the Internet the control the protocols are, one is a Internet Control Message Protocol and Address Resolution Protocol and Reverse Address Resolution Protocol, Dynamic Host configuration of the protocol, simple network management of the protocol, transmission control protocol, file transferring of the protocol. Here, first, Internet Control Message Protocol. Internet Control Message Protocol, that is a ICMP protocol. This ICMP protocol is used for reporting the data. That means now, generally the errors, wherever the errors are arised at the router now, so which is the reporting. If we reporting the errors, if two devices cannot over the internet, that means if it is not connected, if it is not connected to the internet, or some errors are occur between this source and other destination. Here is the H0 is a source device and H1 is a destination other device. If it is, there is no internet, there is no internet as a connectivity, there is no connectivity, so the error will be arised at the router while transferring the data. The problems, errors will be arise means the problems will be occurred at the router. That's why now the router sending the ICMP error message to the, so which is sending back the ICMP the error message to the source, the information about the errors. Now, if is there any errors is occurred while the transmitting the data, now these error messages can be diagnosed and sending the reason, what are the problems, what are the errors is arise, what is the reason for this occurring the errors. Now that reason along with this other reason which is diagnosing the other problems and sending to the other destination. Here is these are the destination now which is identify and rectify the errors, again retransmitting the data to the destination. So this is the internet the control message protocol, mainly which is detecting and recovering the errors between the two devices over the internet only. When it is detecting means now whenever these two devices are connected over the internet only, so it is detecting the errors. Generally it should detect the errors at router level only, at wherever the routers are, number of routers are arranged between the source station and destination station. Number of routers will be arranged in between the source and destination station. Number of routers will be arranged. The data can be transferred to the destination via the routers. Whatever the problems is occurred, wherever the errors is occurred here, so it will be detected. This ICMP as a protocol. So this ICMP protocol now sending along with the other information. That's why. So this ICMP protocol now which is detecting the errors and responded to the source host. So overview of this internet as a control of the protocol means now generally this internet control of the protocol is a network layer protocol, so which is used for reporting and diagnosing the other these are the functions in over the IP networks, over the internet as the networks. Now these networks, the ICMP as the protocol now, which is network layer protocol in the ISO reference model. If you see at the network layer, now these are the protocols. This networking internet controlling protocol can be used for reporting the errors, and once the errors are reported, immediately the source station now which is diagnosing that errors, whatever the errors are reported here, that reported errors will be diagnosed by the source of the stations. The purpose means now which is this ICMP protocol now, ICMP internet as the control message protocol now. So these are the protocol which is ensuring the reliable communications. That means the communication should be very reliable. That means reliable means now that is exact, the information can be transferable to the from source to other destination. Exact information, that is a correct information, that is reliable. The easily accessing from the source or the station to the destination station while transferring this the information. This ICMP as a protocol now which is generating the issues. What are the, if any issues are arise while transferring the data packets or while transferring the information from source to other destination, here if any errors are occurred, so that issues or errors will be reported by the ICMP other protocols. That means now for example now the packets are unreachable to the destination or timeout. So like this now any errors, if it is the packets are not reachable to the destination means now, so it will be dropped at any routers in between the source and destinations. So such type of this unreachable errors to the destination timeout errors. So all the errors can be identified and rectified with the help of the ICMP as a protocol. So what is the relationship to ICMP protocol to the internet protocol? Now generally these both protocols or works closely with the internet protocol. These two closely works with the internet protocol but does not transport the data. So this is a relation to the internet other protocol. Address resolution protocol. Here next the address the resolution protocol, what it is doing means now address the resolution protocol now which address the resolution is a layer 2 protocol. Now generally it is used, this address resolution of the protocol is used to mapping the MAC address to the IP address. Here is now host A which is having the MAC address 0053.fff.aaa. Here is there is a sum out of this the IP address, please send, which is the sending to all the other devices, whatever the devices host B and server and routers now. So these the MAC address can be sent to all the devices, and which is trying to matching this, that is the IP address is 10.0.0.22. This is the IP address. Now these are the MAC address 0053.fff.aaa. So these are the MAC address now which is sending to the IP address 10.0.0. for ARP address resolution protocol now which is sending. Here now these are the MAC address now which is the finding at this host to be now which is matching 10.0.0.22. Now by sending this the ARP the protocol, now the address is mapped, the IP address is mapped, so with the MAC, that's why this address resolution protocol which is mapping the MAC address to the IP addresses. Here reverse address resolution protocol. Reverse address resolution protocol means now which is reverse of the ARP protocol. ARP is a network of the protocol generally is used to mapping the hardware addresses to an IP addresses in a local area network. Reverse, that means now here in a ARP what we are doing, the MAC address is mapping to the IP addresses. Now here is now the IP address now which is the mapping to the MAC addresses. So this is the reverse of the ARP address the resolution of the protocol. Now here is the now which is sending the request, which is sending the ARP request to the all the devices. So this device, whatever the devices are connected now, which is sending the request now. Here is now IP address that can be find. That means now this IP address now which is sending the IP address. Here host to this host now which is transferring the IP addresses to the all the other devices, whatever the devices are connected to the local area network now, for all the devices now that connected to local area network now which is sending the IP address. So in this ARP, the IP mapping the IP address to MAC address, and by mapping the IP address to MAC address now which is sending the information, the communication can be established. So it is a reverse of the ARP protocol, reverse of address resolution of the protocols. Here is now ARP. So is a network of the protocol which is used to mapping the hardware of the addresses to an IP addresses over the local area network. So this is the ARP of the server now which is the replaying back to the host. So this is about the IARE. And next the protocol is a dynamic host the configuration of the protocol. Dynamic host the configuration of the protocol. So it is a generally it is used for network as a network of the protocol. Why? Because in a DHCP of the protocol, that is a dynamic host of the configuration of the protocol, which is automatically assign the IP addresses. So and other network of the configuration of the parameters to the other devices on the network. Here main it is a the task of this DHCP, that means now it is automatically, which is automatically assigning the IP addresses. So from the IP address of the databases, the DHCP server, what it is doing now, so the communication, generally source to destination now, the communication can be done. While the communicating from the source to destination, so that the content, whom to send means now, automatically this the the CP server now, which is the respected destination device now, automatically which is mapping, automatically this one is a finding the destination device and IP addresses. These IP addresses, whatever the IP addresses is mapped to that over this the network now, to that the particular the devices now, which is sending the information, that is 192.168.0.22. Here is the same 192.168.0.13 and 192.168.0.77. These IP addresses, which is the find DHCP server, which is find the IP address database. From that other database, this all addresses can be find and sending the information to that particular IP address devices. These are all the that IP address device, automatically detected IP address device now. So these are the server, DHCP server, sending the information to that identified other devices. So this is the dynamic host of the configuration of the protocol of the servicing. Next, the protocol is a internet as a control protocol is simple network management as a protocol. Simple network management protocol is a network as a protocol. So generally, this simple network SNMP as a protocol is used monitoring the other devices. That means whatever the devices are connected over the network, whatever the routers are connected over the network, entire other devices and the connectivities that will be monitored. By monitoring the other devices now, which is identifying the errors. If any error is occurred at particular device, that can be identified. And managing the network devices. Here is managing the network other devices can be managed. And if any error is occurred, here wherever the errors is occurred, that will be identified and rectify the errors with the help of the simple network management as a protocol. Now which is identifying the errors and immediately managing the errors wherever the errors is occurred over this the internet now, over this networking. So there the errors can be rectified and retransmitting the other data and exchanging the management information between the network agents and central manager. Here is now SNMP manager and this is the network agents, agent devices. Network agent means the agent devices, generally we are considering it as a routers or switches. So these are all the agent devices. Here is a MIB database. MIB databases and SNMP, it will be interacting with the SNMP agent softwares. With help of this agent and the softwares, the data MIB the data can be collected from the MIB the databases and that will be sent to the SNMP the manager. That SNMP manager now he is having the capacity of controlling the or errors or mistakes, whatever the errors are happening over the networks. Now all the errors can be identified and rectified with help of the SNMP managers. That is a NMS network the management system. So with this now it is interconnected. This the manager here, SNMP manager, which is having the software. So with this with help of these softwares now the SNMP, which is commands can be sent to the internet. Over this internet only the transactions can be done. So whatever the transactions are doing over this internet, So those other transactions can be identified as a errors. Now that will be rectified. So wherever the errors is occurred, in which routers or switches devices over this internet now identified with help of the SNMP protocol. By identifying these errors, immediately it will be responded back. That will be rectified and responded back to the source of the station, informing to the source of the stations. So with help of this SNMP, the architecture now, we can monitoring and managing the entire the network of the devices. Here this is about the SNMP management protocol. So this is one of the internet control protocol now, which is controlling and managing the communicating the devices. Next, transmission control protocol. Here is the transmission of the control protocol. So is a connection oriented protocol. That means that ensures the connection oriented the protocol now, that ensures the reliable transmissions. Reliable the transmission now, that ensuring reliable transmission means accurate the information. So here is whatever the information you are going to sending, that data without losing the data, the same information that can be transferred to the destination. So it will be happened with the transmission the control protocol, that the connection oriented the protocols, and these the transmission the control protocol now, which is sending the information to the destination device. This is a source device. With help of this the TCP the protocol now, the information can be sent. So the packets now, here what is happening means the TCP, while utilizing this the TCP, the packets at the sender side now, which is broken the packets, small other size now. The packets can be small size. Now we are broken the entire the large size of the data packets into the small size, so that the small size of the packets can be transmitted over the internet. That is synchronization. So that means now the synchronized signals can be sent to the destination device. So at the receiver side, whatever the packets are broken, so that will be merged and combined as a large data packets. So once the destination device is received, immediately which is sending the acknowledgement along with the other data. Once if it is acknowledgement is received, immediately the sourcement again is sending the successful the transmission of the message to the destination. So this is the transmission and the control of the protocol now, which is broken the packets, and at the destination again reassemble these the packets. Now here is combining whatever the packets are broken, that combines that the packets can be combined at the destination stations. And here it is error checked data. Here is now checking the data, the error checked data transmissions between the device over the internet. That means whatever the data is transmitting, so that will be the check first now. The errors are, if is there any errors arise while transmitting the data, so that errors can be checked. And after checking the errors now, so the information can be transmitted. That is here generally now where it is the TCP control protocols now we are using means now there is the TCP the control protocols now generally we are utilizing in a email services. That is simply we are seeing it as a email protocol. With the help of this the TCP control protocol now, email the transactions can be done. This is a real-time applications. Email the transformation is a so it is a real-time applications. Here file transfer as the protocol. File transfer as the protocol is a standard network as the protocol. So these are the standard network protocol is used for transferring the files. Next the protocol is a file transfer protocol. So that is a FTP. File transfer the protocol is a standard networking protocol used for transferring the files between the client and server over the TCP based network. Here generally these are the file that means now exchanging the files. So it is over the TCP based. That means now here controlled channel now the files can be transferred from the one devices to other devices. Generally these downloading files. over this the internet from the different other channels now. Different types of these other files that can be downloaded or uploading the other files. It's different localities now can storing the other files. Files can be stored as a different other localities. So it is a standard the networking protocol. This generally is used for transferring the other files between the client and server. Client and server communication now. The files can be transferred. This is a client and this is a server mission. Between this client and server mission now, by controlling the channels, number of other channels will be arranged here. By controlling the number of other data channels now, so here the files transparency can be done between the client and other servers. Here generally, so the best use case for this file transfer of the protocol is a files uploading, data uploading or downloading the data from the over this the Google search engine or from the Siri search engine now. Files downloading is nothing but a file transfer of the protocol. Here this is the best use case for the file transfer protocols. Advantages of the internet the control protocol are internet control protocol such as ICMP, internet control the message protocol, IGMP protocol, internet group management as a protocol, and ARP, that is address resolution protocol now, which is having the many advantages over the network communication and management. Comparing with the general communication and management now, these are the protocols which is having the many advantages. What are that many advantages means now? These are the protocols are identifying the errors and rectifying the errors. Wherever the errors are, if suppose if is not both the source and destination is not attached, that means not connected. If it is information is not reachable to the destination, so it will be identified. It will be identified and informing to the source station and rectifying that such type of these mistakes, such type of these errors can be rectified. And internet group management the protocols also. So group management protocols now, which is managing the group of devices. Generally, these the group of devices can be managed while performing the multitasking. Multitasking here is now, so it will be which offers the several advantages for network communication and management. Efficient network troubleshooting. ICMP helps diagnose the network issues by using the tools like the ping and trace out other tools. By using this now, diagnosing the very efficiently wherever the troubleshooting, wherever the networks are the troubleshooting is the performing, that will be diagnosed, and identifying the issues. Issues can be arised by using the ping tools and trace router tools. Error reporting and controlling. So next advantage is the error reporting and controlling. ICMP now, which is notifies the senders of the packets. And if is there any other failures, that will be delivered to the other failure messages, and that will be sent back to the source of the missions. Now finally now, which is improving the data transmission reliability, and which is improving the accuracy of the data transmissions, and scalability, reliability can be improved. Optimizing the, here it is the next advantage, optimizing the multicast of the communications. This IGMP the protocol now, which is very efficiently multicasting the communication can be managed, and also the multicasting group management and reducing the bandwidth of the usages while communicating between the different devices. So here is automatic address of the resolution and a network of the congestion control, improved network efficiency, security and monitoring. So these are all the advantages of the internet the control of the protocol. Automatic address resolution means AAP. So generally here this automatic address the resolution now, so which is ARP in this resolution now, ARP address resolution protocol now dynamically maps to the internet protocol address to the MAC addresses. Message authentication of the control now, which is MAC addresses. Each and every device having its own MAC address, and the streamlining of the communications in a LAN. So it is about the automatic address the resolution here. Network of the congestion controls. If the network is overloaded, generally the congestions will happen. The communication now, the data is overloaded over the networks now, so the congestions will happen here. So these the congestions can be controlled. that is network of the congestion control with help of this ICMP and the protocols. Now, which is assisting, which is suggesting in a flow control by sending the congestion notifications. Here is improved network efficiency. So that means these are the protocols now, internet as the control protocols, whatever the protocols using, like AGMP protocols or ACMP protocols now, which is reduced the unnecessary the traffics over the network and managing the multicast the groupings very effectively. Security and monitoring the protocols like as the ICMP protocol. So these security and monitoring this best example is a ICMP protocol that can be used for the network the security the analysis. Analyzing the network securities or network issues wherever the issues are raised, what about the security is providing at the router level and at the switches level, at this the agent the devices, whatever the securities, which type of these securities can be provided, that will be monitored with help of this internet as the control protocols. Now controlling the issues and attack if is there any man in the middle of the attacks, any the hackers or attacks your data, so that will be detected. The attackers can be detected, identify the attacks with help of the internet the control protocols. Here is data communication and networking and a computer at the networks. Data communication networking, Tata McGrail, fifth editions, so the origin and computer networks and US the Tenenbaum. These two are the textbook for internet the control of the protocols. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.